Hi everyone, it's Donna Preety here, and in this 20-minute training, we're going to be looking at how to tell if your belief systems are short-circuiting your success. This is a really interesting area to look at because sometimes when I begin talking about belief systems, it's really hard to see within yourself if your belief systems are contributing or taking away from your success right now. So what I'm going to be sharing with you is a checklist that you can use right away to ascertain and to work out right now for you if you've got limiting belief systems that are just undermining you. Sometimes people call it self-sabotage, but sometimes it can be your belief systems. And at the end of this training as well, I'm going to be giving you a process that you can use right away once we've been through, all the elements and you've pinpoint, yes, cool, there's some belief systems, on how to work out which belief system it is that's causing you the most grief right now. Okay, so this is a really exciting training for us to be doing together. Okay, so the first thing to look at is, okay, so when your belief systems are in alignment, okay, and when you're, even if they're not, okay, even if your belief systems are not in alignment, the key is understanding what they are, because right now your belief systems, just to give a quick bit of background, your belief systems trigger your emotions and your thought processes. This is how we filter the world. We filter them through our belief systems and our value systems. So they trigger us to feel certain ways and to then think certain ways. And it's our thoughts and our feelings. Anybody that's, if you've ever done any sort of, or if you've, knowing anyone that's done cognitive behavioral therapy, is that modern psychology is acutely aware that how you feel is what propels you to act and behave in a certain way. So if we can understand what's triggering us to feel a certain way and what's then triggering us to behave a certain way, we can then, we've got a couple of opportunities there that we can do something about it so that we can change our actions. Because ultimately what it comes down to is your actions and the way that you behave is directly responsible for your results, okay? It's got nothing to do with any of the other stuff that's happening. That's just all of the thoughts and the feelings and the affirmations and all the other stuff is just getting you into an alignment so that you behave congruently with the goals that you want to achieve right now. Okay, so I hope that that's made sense, but if it hasn't, just stay with me because I'm going to be elaborating on this a little bit further. So if focus creates your reality, then we need to know what we're focusing on, okay, in order to create the reality that we desire. Okay, now what can happen is that what we think that we're focused on is not actually what we're focused on. Okay, so we think that we're focused on our end result, we think that we're focused on our goals, but right now if you're sitting here going, okay, well I think I'm focused on my goals, like and whether that's career wise, financial, maybe you've got a goal that you want to, I don't know, like a financial goal that you want X amount of dollars in the bank, or a career goal that you want a particular promotion or a job, or even relationship goals that you want to attract a certain type of partner. But right now, if you're sitting here and if it's not manifesting in your life right now, the very first place that I would look at is not blaming all your external circumstances, but let's have a look at how are you behaving first of all, and then let's work it back. What are the beliefs that are triggering certain thoughts and feelings that may be leading to behaviors that are not quite congruent? Now, the good news is once you know what to do here, it's actually quite simple to change those behaviors. Now, please don't confuse simple with easy, because sometimes it's not that easy. It does take a certain amount of will in order to to sort of override those belief systems. Okay, so and I will be sharing a story of how this all plays out in a moment, but just a quick checklist before we jump into the story and the illustration of how this all fits together. The first thing is have a look at your goals. This is how we check off, are our beliefs short-circuiting our success? Have a look at your goals. Are you achieving them right now? And, maybe you're achieving them in some areas, but not in others. Look at any goal right now that you're not achieving. When you think about not achieving that goal, do you feel like, when you're really honest with yourself, do you feel like emotional about that? Do you feel like any of the negative emotions, like disappointed, ashamed, frustrated, any of those, like, you know, are you feeling emotional about not having got to that goal yet? Okay. That's a really good indicator that perhaps that your beliefs are actually undermining your success. And then the next one to check off is asking yourself right now, does my potential and my results that I'm experiencing in my life right now, are they a match? Okay. Do they feel like they're a match right now? Do I feel like I am living out my full potential? And again, you know, this can be in any particular area of your life. It does not need to just be, you know, career or finances. Those ones are really easy to look at though, because they're so tangible. Sometimes, you know, when we look at relationship goals and health goals, they're a little bit harder. You know, health sometimes is a bit more challenging to, you know, put a KPI on, unless, you know, sometimes people have weight goals, but we'll go into that in a moment. So then the next step is if anything there kind of feels a bit crunchy, a bit gritty, then the next place that we look at is, what are your beliefs? Okay. Like, you know, let's just look directly at the beliefs. Now, I'm going to illustrate a story here for you. And then we're going to then I'll explain the exercise. So right now you can do it as you're going along. And if this is of any interest to you, please make sure that you show up to the training, the free 5-day training. I'm going to be giving you my absolute best that I've got for you. We're going to cover as much as we possibly can in, you know, it'll be about half an hour to 45 minutes a day. Jump on the live recordings if you can, on the live Zoom calls if you can, and if not, there will be recordings. It's always better to be live though, because then you can ask questions, and you know, you're in the energy. You can kind of get a sense of what's going on. Okay, so right now, you know, if you have a look at a particular area of your life, and let me just see what's an example that I can give you. I shared an example. Actually, I shared an example with one of my clients the other day, and I'll share the same example now because this illustrates it really well. So you can go back and hear this, you know, hear a similar take on the same example in one of the previous videos if you're interested. Okay, so a client, I asked her, what is it that, you know, what's something that you're going for in your life right now that isn't manifesting, or that you feel like is missing in your life? So you can ask yourself this question right now. And she said, oh, look, I really want to invest in this training, but, you know, it's pretty expensive. It's going to cost me about 25 grand. And, you know, I'm not really, you know, I'm hesitating here. And I went, okay. So what do you feel that this training is going to give you that you don't already have right now? Okay, because really when we're going for a goal, and, you know, it's because we perceive that there's something missing in our life. Okay, so whenever we're going for a goal, and if you have a look at any of your goals, you're going for them because you think that they're missing. Okay, we don't aim for goals that we've already got. We just go, cool, we've got that. Now, the key is here that you don't need to change your goals once you've done this process. But when you're coming to your goals and you're creating from a place of wholeness, not a place of shit, there's something actually missing in my life, the energy that you bring to the table and the way that you behave is completely different. Okay, because when I said to her, okay, well, what's missing? And she said, well, you know, this training. And I went, okay, well, what is it that you think that this is going to give you that you don't already have? And she went, oh, I feel like this is going to give me like a sense of like significant, like what I have to say is valid if I've done this training. And I went, okay. So then let's have a look at what's the belief. And she said, well, that's an easy one. The belief is that I'm not valid and that others don't want to listen to me. And, you know, and my broader belief here is that, you know, that the world, you know, the world is more important than me. Everyone else is more important than me. So can you see that when you have a belief, you know, and when we had a look at it and had a quick discussion, then it was like, can you see that your behaviors are in alignment with what you don't want, which is that you don't want to be not significant. You don't want to be not valid. But right now you think that you're focused on getting this training done. But what you're actually focused on is the anti-goal, if you like. You're actually your subconscious, when you are looking at this goal of not having done this training, all your subconscious is seeing is, I'm not valid. It's coming from that place of I'm not valid and I'm not significant. So that's why I've got to fulfill this condition in order to get what I want. Okay. And that's something that you're going to really get a greater understanding of as we go through this training, is that often, more often than not, we think that we're focused on something, but more often than not, we are focused on the conditions that we perceive we need to create in order for us to get what we want. So it's sort of like we're not directly focused. We're kind of like, let's do all these things and create the conditions so that we can get what we want. Okay. And I see this time and time and time again. So right now, ask yourself, if you are somebody that often feels like you're incredibly busy, but not actually getting a lot done, then I am speaking directly to you right now. You are somebody that is trying to create conditions that you believe will get you to where you want to go, rather than actually going directly for what you want. And I see people do this. That one particularly, that one happens. That one's really easy to see if you're someone that's feels like you're on a treadmill right now with your business or your career or whatever. But I also see that one play out crystal clear in relationships, that often people are setting up the conditions that they believe need to be in alignment before they can get what they want. Okay. So once she worked this out, okay, we were then able to sit there and just do a really quick integration. Okay. Because when I asked her, is this true? You're a highly educated, highly intelligent person that has done so much research in these areas, and you're somebody that is incredibly interesting to speak to. Is it true that you are not valid and that you're not significant in what you have to say? And as soon as we said that, she was like, no, that is absolutely not true. I was like, cool. Okay. So can we integrate that? Can we go from that place of feeling like something's missing to actually stepping into your wholeness, stepping into your greatness, and seeing that nothing is actually missing within you? So you don't need to create these conditions in order to feel whole. You can actually just go for what you want. If you want to do the practitioner training, if you want to, set up this business and go for this, do it from a place of wholeness, not a place of something that is missing. Okay. And the energy that comes from that is completely different. Okay. So just to recap on all of this, the number one thing is if you're going for a goal, we want to come from a place of wholeness. And the way that we do that is we look at the limiting belief systems that we have that are sitting in the background. Now, this is not about changing your belief systems. It's about being aware of them so that you can make a higher choice. Okay. Because with this particular client, I'm sure that she will still have days where she feels like she's not valid, where she feels like she's not significant. But the difference is now that she's aware that this is a potential trigger for her, she can go, oh, hang on a sec, is this actually true? And make a higher choice. Okay. Because could you agree that if you're feeling like you are significant and you are valid and you're starting a business, going for what you want is going to take on a completely different energy, and your path will be a lot more direct than if you feel like I'm not good enough and I'm not significant and what I have to say is not valid. Okay. The energy between those two is one's up here and one's down there. So, to get from right now, if this is resonating with you right now, okay, first of all, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel so that you get updates on all of these free trainings as they pop up. But if this is resonating with you, then how do you get from where you are right now? Okay. Is that essentially you've got to have a look at what those limiting, what those belief systems are, and work out, am I actually focused on what I think that I am? The analogy that I love is that, when you see a small child learning to throw a ball for the first time, and what's the advice that we give them? We say, put your arm out, and wherever you're pointing to as you throw, that's where you're aiming for. Okay, now your beliefs are very similar, because if you like in this particular example, if she's aiming to start a business, but her beliefs are, I'm not significant and I'm not valid, it's like she's aiming over here, but she's throwing the ball over there. Okay, they're just a mismatch. And then you go, well, hang on a sec, I'm working really hard, I've done this training, you know, why are things not falling into place for me? Okay, and that's the reason why, is that your goal's over here, but your direction is over there. They're a complete mismatch. So the good news is once you get this into alignment, first of all, there's so much less energy that you're going to be wasting. Okay, like, you know, like we spend so much energy trying to create these conditions that we believe must be in place in order for us to get what we want. So this does actually free up your energy, and it allows you to just go directly for what you want. So in terms of you stepping into your power, in terms of you stepping into flow and stepping into that zone where everything just starts to happen, it doesn't need to take more energy. In fact, it will possibly take less energy than what you're doing right now, what you're expending on your goals. So I really hope that at this point that this has been useful, and that you can take some of those little gems that we've spoken about and implement them in your life right away. And you know, it's always, you know, I love the opportunity to have you all on Zoom calls so that we can do this in a more interactive manner, because I know that there is so much gold that waits for you on the other side when you can go beyond your beliefs and really step into your power and start going for what you love, rather than you know, being out of alignment. So thanks so much for tuning into this training, and please drop any comments in the comment box here. Hit like, hit subscribe, and if you haven't already, please register for the upcoming training. It is going to be epic. This is the first time that I've offered this particular training. I offer it for free because I don't spend money on Facebook ads. I rely on people like you that are watching these videos to jump in, share it with your friends. This enables me to keep offering these amazing trainings for free. So really look forward to seeing some of your beautiful faces very soon. And in the meantime, take care and start focusing on those goals, and not on the limiting beliefs that are potentially holding you back and sabotaging your success right now. So yeah, take care and have a great day, everyone. Bye.